to interview me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, isn't that nice? Can I offer you something to drink? Tea?
Oh, yes, please, thank you.
All right. Now, let me tell you a story that needs to be told. See, it's about my papa, Frank B. Butler. You know who he is?
No, ma'am.
Well, you recording this, right?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Good. Now, this is my favorite part and why I am so proud of my papa and what he did for the black people in St. Augustine. You see, he built a beach we could use because black people weren't allowed to go on St. Augustine Beach. See, this all started when a woman came down to visit from New York, and she stayed at St. Augustine Beach. Now, her maid was black, and she took the children down to the beach. You know, they arrested that maid just for doing her job. Anyway, now see, that's when it got into Papa's mind about building a place for black children and grown folks to attend. But you see, that was a right that was restricted for many years due to Jim Crow laws that prohibited black folks from sharing a beach with white folks.
How did he do it?
Well, he borrowed his first piece of money from Mr. Frank Upchurch, and he used that money to purchase the first piece of the beach. After a while, he sold a few lots, and then he was able to buy the other piece. I believe this was 1925 or 26. Now, over time, he developed a residential subdivision, casino, motel, and beach resort for us. By 1948, at least 11 black-owned businesses were in the area, and Butler Beach was a thriving tourist attraction. He had buses coming in from all over Mississippi, Jacksonville, and Georgia. You see, my papa also encouraged blacks to vote. And he set up voting booths at his real estate office.
I heard Butler Beach was all in the news in the 60s.
Oh. White people were mad because Butler Beach was in the middle of St. Augustine Beach and Crescent Beach. See, these were beaches for whites only, and they didn't want us anywhere near them. I mean, they didn't want nothing to do with us. It got so bad Martin Luther King came. He said that St. Augustine was the most segregated city in America, and he was prepared to fight segregation if it took him all summer. All summer.
Seriously?
So serious that they threw him in jail. You see, they call it the St. Augustine Civil Rights Movement because of all the meetings, rallies, and wait-ins. You know, on June 25th, 1964, 500 white people broke through police lines and attacked nearly 75 demonstrators during a wait-in. Wow. Well, see, this all led to the signing of the Civil Rights Act later in the year. So you see, my papa was involved in the movement that led to the signing of the Civil Rights Act.
You must be very proud.
Yeah, I'm proud. That's my papa, Frank Butler. See, my papa died in '73, but he won't be forgotten.
Stan, you still ain't got this grill going?
Don't worry about my
Do
grill.
you want something?
I got this. You take care of that potato salad.
Just frying up,
And
man.
them greens. I got some baby back ribs, man.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna be tender too.
You want some of this potato salad?
Who made you?
Can you believe all that happened in St. Augustine?
Black eyed peas?
You know, North Central Florida has plenty of history, from the Rosewood Massacre to civil rights breakthroughs like Butler Beach.
Tragedies and triumphs in African American history? Who knows? Stuff that people don't know about and just don't associate with Florida.
The Sunshine State.
Y'all need to bring out the dominoes. Somebody want to play that Uno mess.
Yeah, I do. I want to play.
I bet you Frank Butler had so many problems trying to become a property owner back then.
Folks probably challenged his offer to purchase.
Question where he got the money.
You know, a whole lot of homes and lands were taken away from black folks by tricky means like messing up the tax rolls and seizing their property.
Intimidating people to run from the community. Oh no.
Who made these greens?
Glory did. You know there ain't no grocery stores around here. I had to pick up those cans from the corner store.
All kinds of absurd code violations.
What was that 1930s policy called? Redlining?
Yeah, redlining.
Hey folks, come on in and check out our brand new Mortgages for Color folks. Our fine president, our angel, Mr. Franklin Delano Roosevelt is offering you a brand new deal. That's right. Think you can't afford a home? Well, come on in and we'll get you started.
Oh, I heard about this. I have always wanted to own a nice home on the west side of town.
The west side. Oh, no, she the west side. Let me help you find a home in the right neighborhood for you. Right here. That's where you're gonna go, honey, right beside the interstate, or over here, downwind from the paper mill. That's where you're gonna go.
Well,
And so, congratulations on your new home.
Hey.
Redlining and other Depression-era lending and housing programs set the stage for a century of racial and class inequality. They were put in motion by white lobbyists and policymakers who profited off of racial segregation and class inequality. Hey y'all, we're living out this legacy. Black neighborhoods to this day are treated differently. And because the houses were substandard from the get-go, they're falling apart.
Potholes don't get fixed.
Garbage trucks don't run on a good schedule.
Bus routes are few and far between.
And those areas enjoy more police surveillance.
A harass and coerce model.
Instead of protect and serve.
This policy discrimination maintains the economic segregation.
Economically segregated housing is essentially racial segregation in disguise.
In Gainesville, you see poverty endemic. Just look at East Gainesville compared to the West.
Gainesville has these huge pockets of poverty, and it's like people get stuck there on a generational basis.
Jobs are just as scarce as the grocery stores.
And don't even get me started on public transportation.
When you take a deeper look at the red line maps of East Jacksonville, you see that the generationally poor tend to have poorer health outcomes.
On my right, you see the original 1930s red line map of East Jacksonville. And on my left, you have the Florida Department of Health maps that show you the health outcomes in those areas. The maps are circled to show you the same red line areas. On the bottom, you see that that's the highest density of the black population in East Jacksonville. Above that, you see that those areas are the same areas that have the highest poverty rates. And on this map, you see that those same areas correspond to the highest rates of heart disease, diabetes. It also shows that those areas have higher rates of asthma, child neglect, domestic abuse, and higher rates of hospitalizations that are preventable.
If you were born poor and black in this country, chances are you're going to stay poor.
In the richest country in the world, poverty should be a condition that people pass through temporarily, incidentally, and have a way out of. Oh, Uno out, I win.
Deal me in.
Now I'm about to get me some of this good food.
Me too.
This is how systemic repression limits the ability to accumulate wealth.
Well, yeah, because for most working class families, your only giant investment in life could be a home. Everything else, like a car, depreciates.
That's right.
You know, after World War II, the GI Bill made it possible for a whole lot of soldiers to get homes in good neighborhoods.
And we know what good neighborhood is code for.
White's neighborhood.
I'm trying to think of the name of that town.
Levittown?
Yeah, Levittown.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you the future of city living, suburbia, where almost everyone gets their chance at the American dream.
Our World War II veterans deserve the best. Boys, for serving our country, you'll enjoy one fixed low monthly payment, whether you're renting or buying.
Ma'am, I have my credit check and GI funding. I like to settle down here with my wife and start a family.
I'm sorry, but you just have to move along. Whites only.
But everyone didn't just move along. William Daisy Myers was the first black family to make it into Levittown, Pennsylvania in 1957.
William was an engineer, and Daisy had 2 master's degrees. They had the credits and the money.
But that didn't stop us whites from trying to push them out. We burned crosses, hung the Confederate flag, threw stones at their houses, and rioted in front of their homes for 2 weeks before state police intervened.
Come on, Stan. Come on. And 5, 6,
I can't breathe.
Stan, are you okay?
I can't breathe.
Guys! Guys!
I can't breathe.
Oh, we gotta get him to the hospital.
Someone call an
I
ambulance.
can't afford no damn ambulance.
I'll go get the car then.
Okay, we're taking you.
I'll be all right. Just let me rest.
If we don't take you, you might as well have your last electric slide.
I'll be all right.
Stan, you need a doctor.
I don't trust them doctors. My daddy went to the hospital. He never came back out.
Stan!